Hello, everyone. This is Luke again, and welcome to something unusual. Um, but this was a meme. This was a meme ages, months ago called the Iceberg meme. And basically, what the Iceberg meme was that it was a big old iceberg and a bunch of random information on it. And there just happened to be some that are from Ninjago. So here we go. We're gonna start up from the top layer. And this particular Ninjago iceberg was actually made, I think, by DTinaglia Studio. I think that was who made this, so shout out to him. Okay, let's start. Had a spinner or two. I never had a Ninjago spinner, unfortunately. Ninjago is still on TV? Shockingly, yes, it is. But blame Cartoon Network for that because it doesn't respect it enough to air it. Oh, I remember that show. Yeah, because it was actually good. I mean, it still technically is, but not as good as it once was. The snake dudes. I love that. The snake dudes. That's hilarious. The Weekend Web, yeah, you gotta love the Weekend Web. They've made 10 incarnations of that, which is insane. I wish Kai became the Green Ninja. This I never understood. I never understood why a lot of people wanted Kai to become the Green Ninja, other than, oh, he's the main character. I even made a full-fledged video on why I do not think he deserved the title of the Green Ninja. Second layer, Jaya, or Jaya. Lord Garmadon, yes, this awesome dude. Got bad after season 2, then you're such a pessimistic asshole. Jay's the funny one. That's pretty much his entire character at this point nowadays, which is sad. Leloid. Oh god. Leloid. I can't help but not laughing at Leloid. No. Loyd. I named you. Sensei Wu, yes. Our good old Sensei Wu, who for some reason has made so many enemies over the years. Ninjago movie bad. Yeah, I feel like it's really overhated because it's just different. That's what I'm gonna be honest here. I actually did see the movie. I've seen the movie at least 3 times, and I liked it. And I thought it was just awesome. Xander's a robot, the most epic plot twist in the entire show, and you can't say otherwise. Next, third layer, Echo Zane, yes, and he was gonna eventually be Mr. E, but that idea was scrapped for some unknown fucking reason. I still don't understand to this day. Legends of Chima, the original theme that was supposed to replace Ninjago. It was supposed to replace it in 2013, but because Ninjago was so popular, it came back. Baby Woo. Aw, man. Baby Woo was just the cutest thing. Jay is adopted. Again, another really good plot twist, considering there was no foreshadowing leading up to it. So, yeah, really good. Such a shame that it was reversed. Woo Crew. Yeah, this little Woo Crew symbol appeared a lot during Skybound. And whenever I see it, I just shout "Woo Crew" because that's where it's from. It's from Woo Crew. The 16 realms. Yeah, there's been a lot of debate over how many realms there are. I think I actually did I think I made a video for how many realms there are. There was a debate between 16 and 17 realms because of because of how it was said many times. Okay. Lloyd in the Lego movie. Yeah, Lloyd actually made an appearance in the Lego movie, but he was just known as Green Ninja, and only made a 1-second cameo, which is shameful. Clutch Powers is canon, sadly, and they completely fucking ruined his character. Oh no. Green Flame. Ugh. I mean, it's okay if you ship them, but just prepare, there's a lot of hatred coming towards you. The Serpentine War, yeah, one of the most influential moments in the entire in Ninjago's history. Movie kendo suits. I think I saw these. They were similar to that of the TV show kendo suits, but not close enough from what I heard. Weren't they just all white or with some markings on it? I don't know. The redesign hatred. Yes. This was one of those where were you sort of moments. Where were you when the redesign hatred controversy happened? Um Personally, I was just watching that trailer and I didn't even know that there was so much hatred towards it that I didn't even know. I just didn't even know about it, man. Skybound never happened. That's a debate that's still up to this very day. Some people are still debating whether Skybound happened or not. Some people say it didn't because the events were reversed, and some people say it did because Jay and Nia remembered the events. So, take your poison. Pick your poison. Oop. Fourth layer. Marchione movie cut. Yes, if you lived in the United States, Marchione was not actually 4 episodes, but rather as a movie. And especially for some scenes in particular, some of the scenes were really, really awkwardly paced, or like they were placed very awkwardly, especially when there was that moment of where Cole, you know, survived his fall, and it was placed like right in the middle of the battle. So yeah. Speaking of Cole's scar. Yes, he used to have a scar when he first became a ghost, and then he kind of went out of being a ghost, and um, now he doesn't really have that scar anymore. Or well, he only has it when he pumps up his RX form. Fang Quan Do. Yeah, that's actually the martial art that Scales used to defeat the old Hypnobrai general. I think his name was Slithra, I believe. I don't know. But one of the Hypnobrai said he used Fang Quan Do, and that's where this comes from. Season 0 versus the pilots. I never understood why some people call the pilots Season 0. Because Season 0 to me is an oxymoron. And if you don't know what an oxymoron is, it's basically two contradicting terms. Like, Jumbo Shrimp, I think, was the most famous one because Jumbo means big, but a shrimp is small. So Season 0 is kind of like that because there cannot be a Season 0 because the first season is Season 1, not Season 0. So I officially call it the pilots because they were essentially a prologue to the overall series and not really part of it. Decoded. Yeah, do you guys want me to make a video about Decoded because let's be real here. It's kind of obscure now. Um Especially considering nobody really watches it that much nowadays. Animated fan series, especially stop motions. Yeah, there are a bunch of stop motions. Um Especially as I said before, DTinaglia Studios, Mitchell Lowe Studios. Um I I don't really know that many stop motion guys. AL123, that's Lego Man Sam, I believe, was another one. So yeah. Metalonia, or as I call it, Ninjago's version of Russia. It really is Ninjago's version of Russia. The Dark Island trilogy, a very, very another obscure piece of Ninjago media, similar to that of Decoded. It's kind of difficult to find. Um, yeah, you can find Decoded way easier considering the entire Decoded playlist is up on the Lego official YouTube channel. But this one is very, very obscure considering barely anybody has found it. And the only way you can is if you buy the books, which I don't think they make them anymore, but I'll just have to check them on that. Ask Tommy. That's like the go-to um answer if you don't know a certain thing about the lore. You just say, "Well, ask Tommy about it. He might know the answer because apparently Tommy knows everything." And yes, I was being very sarcastic by saying that he does not know everything. Ninjago tournament app. Wasn't that app like super popular? I heard a lot of people played that, and they loved it, and now it's defunct now, which is pretty sad, but you know. Animation studio change. Yeah. The It actually has changed animation studios. It went from being made by Will Film APS to now Wildbrain, formerly known as DHX Media. Um and a lot of people, and yeah, this was another controversial change because a lot of people were so used to Will Film that they just did not really adjust that well to Wildbrain's animation. But now, since we have like 5 seasons with Wildbrain, we're kind of used to it at this point. And the last one for layer 4 is the Star Wars references. Yeah, I've heard that there's like a bunch of Star Wars references in, like, Lord Garmadon is Anakin Skywalker, Lloyd is Luke. Um, but I actually made a similar video talking about the connections between Ninjago and Call of Duty. And honestly, I believe that it's connected to both. I believe it's connected to Star Wars and connected to Call of Duty. So, layer 5, Lego Universe concept art. I know Ninjago was actually part of Lego Universe, but I never knew about this concept art, really. Way of the Departed. Yes, Way of the Departed. I don't know at the time of this video's upload that I will be making any more Way of the Departed narrations, but if for some reason by the time this video is uploaded that I'm still making these, be on the lookout for another one, hopefully coming soon. Redesigns are better. I believe a lot of people are saying this now because we're so used to the redesigns that they're just not used to seeing the older designs anymore. But yeah, as I said before, the redesigns were so controversial, but now it seems like all of it has died down. The Obsidian Glaive. Now, this is the first one where I don't really have any lick of knowledge on this. I don't even know what this is. I remember there was some sort of obsidian thing in Shadow of Ronin, the game, but I don't know if that's part of it or not. Oh yes, I have to do it in the voice. Father would not want you to do this, brother. From what I heard, that the original voice for Sensei Wu is gonna sound a lot more Japanese. And one of the original lines for that was this one, and they accidentally left it in the final cut. But if I'm gonna be honest, this sounds way more Jamaican than it does Japanese. It just because of the spelling. Just because of the spelling for some of these words. um 40 years Hands of Time ending. Yeah, that's actually the first video I made for my general Ninjago discussion playlist, and that was talking about the original Hands of Time ending. The original ending for season 7 and a series finale at one point. It basically, from what I remember, Kai and Nia, I think, go to the Time Twins. I think go 40 years into the future and try and they are eventually stopped 40 years in the future by, I think, the old Kai. I think, but I am not. I can't remember it that well. So yeah. Mambo the Fifth. That's actually a really clever reference. Mambo the Fifth was actually the king for the Pyroviper tribe, or the tribe that Asphere was part of. But Mambo the Fifth is a reference to the song Mambo Number 5. If you've ever heard that song, Mambo Number 5. SOG and Hunted Whips. I know that there are fan-made whips for that. I remember there was one called the Oni Whip. And I thought that was really good, but it was like a combination of like the Rift Whip and the Temporal Whip, and it sounded like nonsense. So I don't think there were any official hunted or SOG whips, but fan made ones. Return of the Villains, aka the original name of Day of the Departed. Day of the Departed was originally going to be a full on season, but unfortunately, due to the delay of the Lego Ninjago movie from 2016 to 2017, unfortunately, they had to pretty much reduce that season concept into 45 minutes, and it became one of the worst installments of Ninjago to date, in the form of Day of the Departed. Season 11 is good. A very, very controversial opinion. Personally, I believe that these Season 11 supporters, I'm not calling them troublesome or anything, but sometimes they feel like they're better than everyone else. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they're better than everyone else whenever they say it. Like, oh, season 11 is great. I don't know what you're talking about. And but I don't think this is relegated to just season 11. I think this is for every season. Some people will say that the one season is like better than everything else. And it gives off that vibe that you're better than them, which is not true. The Snake Train, yeah, that wasn't that like a canceled early Ninjago set. It was like canceled, but I heard that they might be bringing it back. But and then this one I don't even know. Garmadon and the Legacy Bounty, I don't even know because I'm not a set guy. So we completed five layers. Damn, we only have 3 more left. Okay, Garmadon Purple Ninja. I don't even know what this is. Okay. Venom La Drip. Venom La Drip was the original name of a Sphera, believe it or not. Day of the Departed Chinese cut. Yeah, there is a Chinese version of Day of the Departed that is actually way better because it makes a lot more sense. And it's really good, actually. I actually seen it one time and I thought it was really good, even though I never understood a word that it meant. Liber name origins. This one I don't know, considering I feel like people just made up that name. They just made up the name Liber and it just became sort of canon, but I don't know. The Take Back Ninjago Rally. That was a reference to season 1 where during the finale where people were fed up with all these snake attacks and they just want to take back Ninjago Rally, which is basically Ninjago's version of protesting. And especially with nowadays, there's been a lot of protests as of late. Ultra Agents is canon. Okay, this one I know because Pale Man and Toxikita or Tox were part of the Ultra Agents Lego theme, and then all of a sudden they kind of transferred into Ninjago as Pale Man was referred to as the Pale Man, obviously, or the Master of Light. Whereas Tox is kind of like the same thing. So Zoltar, I don't know who this is. I don't know who Zoltar is. I've heard of Gultar, but not Zoltar. So this one is unfamiliar to me. First draft Ninjago movie sets became Hands of Time Wave. Okay, I don't know if this is true or not, but it might be, but I don't know. Clancy is a hybrid. I've kind of heard this. I heard that Clancy was like a reject Venomari or something because of how he looks, but I'm not sure about that. Lar, Master of Water. Yeah, there was a original Master of Water before Nia, and that was originally going to be Lar, and then for some reason Lar was cut, and I don't know why. So, yeah. So, 2 more layers left. New Ninjago City. I've heard of New Ninjago City, but not new Ninjago City. That kind of reminds me of like the intro to Bob's Burgers, where it's like grand reopening, grand reopening, grand reopening. Netflix drives sales. That's not. I don't think that's true. I think that the sets drive sales is the correct terminology. So yeah. Wukuru Badge's suit leak. I don't know what this one is. I don't know this one. Hashtag respect Coco and Nia. I don't know this one either. Kai and Nia being twins, Mandela effect. I actually don't know this either. I don't know this either. So, yeah. Prime Empire Belle Delphine. Oh, wasn't there like a meme of one of the girls from the I Am Okino episode that looked a lot like Belle Delphine? I think that's where this comes from. Um, Haunted Twitter allegory. I don't even know what this one is. So yeah, once you start getting into the bottom, I don't really know much of this. Okay, this one I kind of discussed earlier, the original Hands of Time ending, but basically the Time Twins get stopped 40 years into the future. 17 realms. Yeah, there was a discussion about the 16 versus 17 realms because some people say there are 16 realms and some people are there say 17 realms. So Woo Crew Badges suit leak. Okay, again, a lot of these are set related, so I really have no idea what they are. So, this goes for any of the other ones that I don't know. Can you explain what some of these are? Because some of these I have no idea. And then Hunted on Pornhub. That's true. Like the first episode of Hunted was actually available on Pornhub. And that was so funny for some reason. I just don't know why, but it's hilarious. Okay, one more, sorry. Clutch Powers is a in-universe film. I mean, it would make sense since Clutch Powers is now a Ninjago character, but now I'm not entirely sure. Um, Now we're in the last layer. Time Twins incest. First off, ew. But second of all, I don't even. Who in the right mind would do this? Royal family cover up. I don't know if this was a theory back then, but I know there was a lot of talk about the royal family and how they were just like all of a sudden introduced. So this might have a part to play in this. CMFs in the show or collectible minifigures in the show. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people saying we need a Ninjago CMF, and a lot of people are still wanting that, so they're just like creating their own little minifigures for some that don't exist yet. Destiny Shadow mini fridge. Yes, I actually remember this. Scene from Hands of Time, where basically Zane goes over like the specs of the Destiny Shadow, or for some reason in other countries may have been called the Daring Bounty. And one of them was a mini fridge, and then Zane says beverage, and then Lloyd was like, maybe later. Season 13 racial commentary. I really don't understand what this one, but as of recently, there was actually someone who actually made a complete a website dedicating to how Ninjago has used racist elements in the past, like Orientalism and shit. So I don't really know much about this. Season 11 is the only season. I really don't understand why some people would say this, other than, oh, the new Ninjago, this is the only season, so yeah. Lloyd Leaf, I don't know this one. Lloyd Leaf, I don't really see this one, I don't know. Soiled Hands of Time Zane, I don't know this one either. I don't know this one either because I am not that knowledgeable in Ninjago apparently. Bonsai articulated figure, again, I don't know this one either. And then the last one, the most common stereotype that is somewhat true though. Ninjago is a kid show. It is. But the reason why it became so popular is because it blurred that line with what it could get away with at the time. It didn't feel like a kid show, but it was. So, but nowadays it's super obvious that it's a kid show, whereas back then you really couldn't tell the difference. But that is it for the Ninjago Iceberg. This isn't the only one. There have been more. There are more. So if you want me to do more Ninjago Icebergs, please let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel by clicking on the red subscribe button, and click on the notification bell to see every video that I will upload. And I'll see all you folks in the next video. Bye bye!